I'm so happy to talk about because basically a lot of the different topics that I discuss with you guys are all based on what people ask me. And a lot of the time people ask me like, how is it that you have so much energy? And that's why I wanted to share this topic with you. And it's very practical, things that you can start implementing in your life straight away. But before we do that, you guys know the drill. Do let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know, type something nice below, and I'm going to make sure that everything is working okay. And then we're going to dive into this topic that will allow you to apply this immediately to get more energy in your life and to be able to do a lot more things, to enjoy life much more, and to be able to start creating the life of your dreams for yourself as well, because energy is everything. So I'm just going to check whether I am doing this correctly. Oh my goodness, I am doing this the other way around. OMG, what is going on? Okay, so instead of going live on my page, I'm going live on my profile. Okay, well, it has meant to be. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm just going to share it the other way around. Usually I go live on my page, at least for the Facebook people. I go live on my page and then share it on my public. Now I do it the other way. Hey, Sharon, so cool to have you in the house. Thank you very much for joining. Now, let me see how to share to a page, because one of the things that we always discuss as well is that it's very important to be solution focused. And when something like this happens, don't panic, don't be like, wow, what's going on? But actually just find a solution that works. And so share done. Now, let me just see if the sound is good. Yes, the sound is working. Perfect. So I will be able to see England in the house. Amazing. We got Dad in the house. Mwah. We got Amsterdam. We got Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. Can't wait to see you very, very soon at Launch Your Business. Who else do we have here? We got Julia in the house. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know where you're all tuning in from. We got Usha in the house. Hello. Very lovely to have you here. And we've got Matt here joining as well. YouTube, I can see. Yeah, I still have to figure out like how I can see you guys' names, but do type something in and then I'll be able to know who you are. Okay, cool. So let's get started with this topic straight away. So again, how are you able to implement certain very practical and simple things that allow you to have energy instantly and to get more energy in your life? Because especially if you are wanting to create change, to create something beautiful, to allow you to be able to live the life of your dreams, it requires a lot of energy, and it requires you to be able to, do a lot of different things and combine a lot of different areas of your life, whether it is your business or your career, and combining that with your family life and being there for your loved ones and your friends. And also, aside from that, making sure that you have enough time for yourself. And so energy is definitely required. We've got Paul on YouTube. Okay, hey, Paul, cool to have you here. Who else is with me? Hello. Oh, also on Instagram. That's pretty cool. I must say, though, Instagram, you guys are probably not going to have a lot of you can't stay long because the battery is not so long anymore. But anyways, let's dive into the points. So if you're making notes, make sure to comment below and write them down, because as you guys know, they will help you to really start implementing this stuff much faster because you retain so much more information, right? So the first thing is, and by the way, the last point is going to be the most important point. And that one you'll probably think like, I know that that's true. Yeah, I know that will help, but not enough people implement this enough. And the reason why not enough people implement the final point enough is because people are tending to be a little bit critical on themselves. So make sure to stay tuned for the last point, because that one is really the most crucial of all. So point number one, what is very important to do to allow you to have much more energy and to allow you to benefit from that energy in service of your beautiful future creation as well as that of your loved ones, is to have good habits. This is crucial, 100% crucial, because basically how you design your life. And I talk a lot about this in business, because for business, I always say it's very important to prioritize the things, make sure to, focus on those things that are income producing and that allow you to serve more people and all that type of stuff. But if you just look at your life, that is very important too, even actually more important, that you do things in your life that that basically allows to serve you, that you do things that will bring you some life return. Business wise, like always do something that will bring you a return monetary wise, but in life, obviously, that brings you life return. So what I mean by that is, do things that serve you and try to minimize the things that do not serve you. So a lot of the time, and I'm guilty of this as well, I tend to go and spend a little bit too much time on this thing right here, watching some nice videos, just, being able to kind of binge watch, and everybody has that, right? But the thing is, that's not very useful, that's not very good for yourself. And so what is very important is that you actually start to look at your daily patterns and see, are there certain things that you do habitually that does not per se add to your growth, that does not per se bring you closer to your goal, which might be that you want to have more finances in your life, like more stable wealth, or that you may want to have better relationships with people, and maybe you want to be able to form deeper connections. Perhaps you want to just have more freedom and be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But whatever it is that you're doing, it all is based on you being able to take the steps that bring you closer to that. And if you have habits on a day-to-day that actually does not bring you closer at all, then minimize those things, or if possible, take them out completely, because if it doesn't serve you, it won't help you at all. And it also won't help your energy, because whatever it is that you do, it consumes your energy. So use your energy wisely. So one of the things that for me really brings a lot of energy as a good habit is training. You can see my muscles. I've got some really good muscles now. Just kidding. they're a little bit thin still. But anyways, I do definitely like to work out and to go to the gym, to do some form of exercise. And I don't know if you guys agree with this as well, if you have noticed this for yourself, is that when I don't go to the gym, when I don't exercise, I actually feel less energetic. And it's a little bit silly, right? Because when you go there, you work out, you do something, whether that is training with weights, whether that is running, doing some cardio, whether you like to do yoga, whatever you like to do that brings a little bit of good physical exercise to yourself, you're using a lot of energy. But the way how it affects your body brings a lot more energy on the long run. And so what a lot of people do that, are high performers, or people who are really serious about, getting a lot of goals, is that they, somewhere in their daily journey, they include something of physical exercise, whether you like to do that in the morning, or perhaps you like to do that at the end of the day, or maybe you want to do somewhere in between to break your pattern and to refresh yourself from having a new environment. So whatever it is for you that you like to do as a daily exercise, make sure to include it, because it definitely will help you to gain long-term higher energy levels. Another thing that is very important is your food, which obviously everybody knows. And please do hold me accountable on that as well, because sometimes my eating pattern can be very, very silly. And I just, sometimes, especially when I'm running events, I tend to not eat much at all because of, a lot of things, a lot of reasons. I don't actually know. I haven't completely figured it out yet, but I tend to have, whenever I'm supposed to perform at a high level, I eat a little bit less. But obviously, I do compensate it with shakes and to have good meals at some moment in the day. But I don't know if you guys have that as well, but I tend to have that. But what is very important is that you keep watch of good nutrition, and allow your body to have all the vitamins that it needs. I'm no vitamin expert, but just take whatever is green should be good. Vegetables should be good for you as well, and just make sure that you're feeling healthy, because that is very important. And aside from that, another thing, and you can actually very much look at technology as well, for those of you who like technology as much as I do, you need to recharge. You need to put yourself in the charger. And so what is very important for you to do as well is to allow, with these good habits, to also that there is enough time for you to rest. And this is a topic that has been discussed for as long as I know it. And there's a lot of different studies that say different things. Some studies say you have to make sure to sleep 8 hours a day, whereas other studies say, oh no, 4 hours a day is even better. Some people peak when they have 4 hours a day. Well, what I personally believe, and what I've been able to see over so many years of trying a lot of different things myself, is that there's no one thing that is good for everybody, right? There's no such thing as a one size fits all. You just have to find out what works for you and what is good balance for you. Some people, and I kind of feel towards this more, perform better when you don't have per se 8 hours of sleep, but actually around 5 to 6. I've been doing that for, I think ever since high school, that I've been really, really performing best whenever I sleep around the 5 to 6 hour mark. Whereas some other people, they really need to get the solid 8 hour sleep in. So you just have to find out for yourself what is the best way how you can include that you have enough time to recharge, that all, everything in the body. And again, I'm not an expert at this, but apparently everything in your body will recharge, regenerate, just like those of you who know Dragon Ball Z, that you make sure that every little cell can actually regenerate itself to become a stronger cell. And the more stronger cells you have, the more strong you will be as well. And I know I say this in a very cartoony way, but in any case, you have to make sure that you take care of your temple. That is the core of the first key, right? Make sure you look after your temple, because this is the one that is going to carry you all around this lifetime, and it will allow you to do a lot of different things, both physically as well as mentally as well as spiritually. So if you make sure to look after your temple, it will allow you to have so much more energy that you can use it in any area of your life, and it will definitely help, right? That's number one. Number two, what was my number two again? I kind of forgot what my number two was. Let me see. I think I forgot my number two. So never mind. We're gonna have 2 points today, and this is number three, which now has become number two. I do apologize, but obviously it doesn't really matter, because in any case, it's very important to just imply any of these things to allow you to get better results in your life. So I'm gonna go on to the last point straight away, and this point is the biggest key to me, and I've also seen in the life of a lot of different people, also studying like a lot of high performers, successful entrepreneurs, high performing athletes. It is very important, and you may find this a cliche, but it is very true. It is very important to have a smile. It really is one of the most important keys towards a long life, towards high performance, towards feeling good, which naturally then leads to you being able to perform better. And so having a smile, I don't just mean like to do this, but actually the physical action works as well. There's a very beautiful and strong video that my sister Kina made, which was around a year ago. And when I watched that video, it actually, it really made that point land with me, because the way how she describes it in that video is really, really strong. I'll actually make sure to put a link inside the description of this video so you guys can watch that afterwards. It's a really, really strong video. But what she basically is explaining in there is that your happiness dictates any result in life, dictates how you feel, dictates how you are with regards to other people, dictates how your energy is, with which you are attracting things. It basically really determines the level of success that you will have in any area of your life. And what she so beautifully describes is that even if you just perform the physical action of a smile, you guys just try this at home with me and let me know if it works. If you just do this, don't you feel already so much happier than if you do this? Just try it at home. So you do this, and then you do this. Personally, I feel so much more happy already when I just even do this physically. So what she describes in that video is that it is very strong, that even at the moments where you feel down, where you feel like, the whole world is against you, that things are happening, challenges of life are happening, and you feel like, oh, why is this happening? That even at those moments, just do this. Because somehow this has a connection to everything inside of our body, like all the chemistry and everything. And it also has a connection to our spirit, to our soul, the way how we feel. And just by performing that physical action, it will change something around in your system already. And from that, more positivity bridges can be laid for you to become more positive and happy. And so what this final second point basically is around is that the moment that you start feeling happy, the moment that you start to continuously invest in your happiness, that is the moment where you will see a burst of energy, even when you cannot physically explain it. And this is really, really funny, because at times, and you may have had that in different scenarios in your life, at times when actually you think, oh my gosh, how is it that I am still awake? How is it that I'm still doing certain things? Whereas I didn't sleep that much. I perhaps didn't even eat that much. I maybe, I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do any of those things. But I just like this so much that you just keep on going, keep on doing that. One example is a lot of the time when you have, a party, or whenever you go to Well, what can I say? When you go to a theme park, maybe when there's a theme park that goes on for all night. I don't know. Sometimes my frame of reference is a little bit childish, but anyways, if there's something that you enjoy so much, you can go on as long as as you want, and you actually feel that you're not experiencing the tiredness as much. So just imagine if you would be able to apply that level of happiness and enjoyment towards any area of your life. Do you think you would perform better? Do you feel like you could do more? Do you think you can get, better connections with people? Of course you would. 100% you will. And so it is very important, and even more important than any of the other points that I mentioned, that you take note of your happiness on a moment to moment basis. And I literally mean on a moment to moment basis. From the moment you wake up, really, that's why a lot of people say practice gratitude. Think about the things that you're grateful for. Just the fact that you're opening your eyes another day is a blessing in itself. And if you then think about all the other beautiful things, like the fact that you are able to feel and move your hands, the fact that you are able to stand up, the fact that you're able to breathe in again, and then thinking about your beautiful loved ones, your friends, all the people that are there around you. If you put all these beautiful things in your mind and you then also visualize the future that you are working and creating towards, then that happiness, that state, that I don't know how to describe it, that beautiful feeling of magic that will allow you to have so much energy already from the start of the day that it will boost you and you will jump out of bed and you'll be like, woohoo! I remember there was this one guy. I don't know what his name is, but Harriet Bratt. She shared with me that she went to an event where he was speaking, and he was very, I don't know, he was very successful at something. I don't know what it was, but he basically said every single morning what he forced himself to do, and it has really helped him in his life as for as long as he did it, is he woke up, and I don't know exactly what the phrase was, but it was something like this. He woke up, it's like, good morning world. Something along those lines. And it is like obviously very, very, very theatrical. But apparently, what he said and shared from stage as well is that gave him so much energy by performing that in the morning that it just led for him to much more success, much more happiness. And again, this goes on so many levels, so many levels that is beyond your conscious sometimes. Because if we feel happier, then also that affects the way how we approach things. It actually affects which people we will be meeting, because we will be meeting people that is in accordance to our own vibration. And if we are happy, then that will allow us to meet those people and those situations as well. Even it will allow us to meet happy flowers and happy birds, and we will hear those things, or in other words, we will become more aware of those things, and that will add up to the happiness. And so this is a whole positive feedback loop, so that we're happy and we're becoming more happy and more happy and more happy. And actually, at those moments, you would then be able to feel like, hey, actually, everything makes sense. Everything is worth it. Even when there's something difficult comes my way, I have a challenge at work or whatever it may be, you'll be able to embrace it and go at it with a smile, because sometimes there are things that are happening that are beyond your control. But what is in your control is the way how you perceive it and the way how you act upon it, right? And if you just stay happy, you will see that things will change around. The effect that you have on different people will change. The opportunities that present your way will change 100%. And there's this thing that I believe Sean Akers says, that the happiness advantage. So a lot of people, they strive towards a goal and they feel like happiness is at the end whenever they reach that particular goal. But if you already know that if you're happy, you perform much better, you're having more enjoyment, you will obviously be able to do much more. So he says, why not live happiness right now? And if you are happy now, you'll be able to merrily walk towards your goal, but then not just being focused on the goal, being focused on the journey itself. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the true, in my eyes, way of happiness. Because it shouldn't be in 10 years, it shouldn't be in 5 years, it shouldn't be in 1 year, it shouldn't be in 1 month. It should really be now, this moment right now. If you can be happy now, that will lead to a more higher chance of more happiness and more happy moments. And the more happy moments you stack, the more happier will become your thoughts about achieving happiness as well, because results obviously lead to your belief. So if you see these beautiful small happiness sparks as results, if you see that, hey, if I'm being happy and I'm putting my smile on and I feel happier right now, that is an achievement. And that achievement will fuel your belief such that you will do it more and more and more. And you will see much more happiness, therefore much more energy, and therefore much better results. So that is it from me on this video, presented with a big smile of happiness, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you thought this video was useful, feel very free to hit the share button, or to tag someone below who you feel should really listen to this message right now. Otherwise, make sure 100% to implement this in your life, because it will be so great. Because the more people that are happy, it will actually add to the happiness of the planet, and everybody will feel just much more joy in this lifetime. So let's just stay happy. Guys, thank you so much, and I catch you guys tomorrow on another episode of Jibaria Daily Show. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye, guys.